Hello, good morning. We're just now starting, Rob.
Say hi, Rob.
Nobody's here yet, but you can still wave because later
hello,
they'll see you.
hello.
Am I on television?
You're on television.
What channel is this on?
This is cable access. It's like Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Wayne's World. Let me give a shout out really quick to Addie. This is Addie. She's a student. And she is a conservative, and she follows us.
Yeah.
She's my sorority sister's daughter. Remember I told you about Addie?
Okay, yeah, yes.
And she gives me hope because there are young people out there, y'all, who are conservative.
Stop helicoptering your finger.
She keeps talking about this helicoptering stuff, and it's freaking me out. Anyways, Addie, hi. Hi, Addie. I hope to meet you in person soon. Mwah. Okay. All right.
The Lewandowski hearing was like the greatest.
You guys.
It was the best thing I've ever seen.
It was
the best.
It filled me with so much joy. It was just the greatest thing.
What is so many moments?
Sheila Jackson Lee, what is up with that? The truth
shall set you free.
Is she trying out for a high school play? Like, what was that?
And then Nadler was like, your time has expired. The witness will answer the question. And Corey was like, I didn't hear a question. I just heard a rant.
No question there.
It was so great.
Yeah, she's just crazy.
And then when he was like, all President Swalwell.
Oh my God. And my safe has a lot of guns in it.
I mean, it was just, he could not have trolled all of them any harder.
It was the greatest
It was
thing.
the most glorious thing ever.
It really was fantastic.
And they deserve it. They deserve to have themselves be made into a complete mockery and a clown show, because that is what they created.
Yeah, because they're all a bunch of idiots. They
so
look
great.
like idiots, what they're doing right now. They should be getting actual work done, but what they're doing is this.
Yeah.
And he was just like, you guys are idiots. And all of us were thinking that. All of us were like, this is just the dumbest display of moron.
Yeah.
You know who Corey Lewandowski thought was great?
Rob, we have a lot of audio for you to pull.
A lot of audio.
If you could go ahead and pull
we have
that.
so much
called
audio.
me and told me that?
Yeah,
yes, we
I
do.
remember that he...
I'll play it on there today if you
I'm
need
sure
a
you
reminder.
Yes, he's gonna
Corey Lewandowski really likes
that
me.
audio will work just fine.
That audio would be great. I'm sure you have that.
You're welcome.
I'm sure you already have that. I'm sure you already have that.
So you're very well prepared for today's program.
Yes.
Have a nice day.
Thank you, Rob.
He's driving us crazy, you guys. He's driving us crazy.
He needs to pull audio.
He needs to get his work done.
We have like 15,000 pieces of audio that need to be... This is our lineup for today. There's so much audio. See all the blue? That's like only half of the audio that we need today. So much audio.
He's got a lot to do.
So much audio. He's late.
Very,
very late.
Anyway, it was phenomenal. Now, and say what you want about Corey Lewandowski, and people do. People are like, he's so weaselly and he's so shady, blah. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of person he is. He did what he needed to do yesterday, which was completely make Democrats look ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
I loved every moment.
Really, it was fantastic.
It
so
was
fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll be recapping a lot of that on our show today.
Yeah. Guess who's coming back, you guys?
Roseanne.
Roseanne is making a comeback.
Yeah, so it's not a TV.
Hi, Holly. Holly's so
comeback.
excited she caught alive. Hi,
Hi,
Holly.
Holly.
Yeah.
Happy helicopter.
I love it. Thank you, Holly. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, what about my hair?
Well,
anybody got anything to say about my hair?
Your hair always looks beautiful. It's because mine looks like crap, so they're like, oh my God, Daisy's hair she fixed it today. That's what it is.
It's not a TV comeback, but Roseanne Barr is going on a stand-up comedy tour with Andrew Dice Clay.
I'm so excited about this.
And it's called the Mr. and Mrs. America Tour. And she spoke about it with Daily Mail's TV show with Jesse Palmer, who used to play football and who used to be a bachelor. Remember?
Who?
Jesse Palmer, that super hot guy that used to play football, and then he was one of the bachelors.
You'll have to. I don't watch The Bachelor show.
I don't either, but I just remember he was.
You're gonna
one
have
of them
to. You have
time
to
ago.
show me a picture.
Okay.
And your definition of hot is way different than my definition of
but
hot.
a lot of times it's the same.
Usually, only like with Chris Hemsworth.
I mean, a lot of times we think the same dudes are hot.
Yeah, sometimes. Not a lot, but
anyway,
sometimes.
he's a very good-looking dude.
All right.
And he hosts Daily Mail TV, and that is who he interviewed Roseanne Barr about this whole comeback thing, and she was talking about how nervous she was to do it, but that Andrew Dice Clay convinced her to do it, and that the first show she was very well received, so that was exciting. And then
they talked about the Deborah Messing stuff, which I thought was really great, and she was like, yeah, I mean, basically it's a bunch of bullcrap. It's a bunch of bullcrap. There's a huge, she said there's not only a double standard, there's a triple standard in Hollywood, and that people who are conservative, people who like Trump are squelched.
Yeah.
They're treated differently. They're treated differently. And they're squelched. And I think it's awesome that she's saying this, and I hope she just keeps screaming it from the rooftops.
I know. And she also talked about like the cast of her, old show, and how she's not in touch with any of them.
Yeah.
And she says it wasn't her initial Valerie Jarrett tweet that actually got her fired. It was Sarah Gilbert tweeting, how abhorrent it was that actually got her fired. So there's obviously still a lot of...
And I didn't realize, because you and I were talking about this yesterday, because you were like, is that show still on the air? And I was like, oh no, it's not. It totally is.
The Connors?
Yeah, because I think it is, because they asked her in the interview, they're like, are you still watching the show? And she's like, no.
I had no idea it was still on.
She said no. She goes, I watch my old shows. She goes, but I don't watch the stuff now because they stole her livelihood.
Yeah,
and
they really did.
She alluded to that. She's like, they basically took her baby and they stole it from her, and now they got rid of her. Can you imagine? She is the one who invented, she is Roseanne.
Yeah.
And they took that from her. And they're like, we're going to go ahead and get rid of you. We're going to take your baby and we're going to run with it and try to make it something that you never imagined it would be.
I cannot believe that it's still on.
Yeah.
Who is watching that?
Nobody, apparently. Nobody.
Wow.
I don't think it's going to be on for long. But yeah, Sue is saying she's seen previews on TV. Yeah, I mean, there's
a second
season. I don't think it's going to last long.
How? I just can't. Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know, right?
There must be people watching it.
I wouldn't watch it either. I totally agree with you. Is that gay? Yeah, Galen.
Okay, Gail says this is going to be the last season.
It has to be. Yeah, because I just can't imagine that anybody.
It's their number one show. Someone says it's ABC's number one show.
I can't imagine that. I just can't.
Who are the people that? And
Stragglers.
How bad is ABC that is their number one show?
Right. I know. And that's the thing, is who actually watches network television these days?
Kevin is totally right. Rob is planning to take over the Chicks on the Right. You guys, he would if he could.
Oh, he totally would.
I mean,
he totally would.
Oh my gosh. He is out of control.
Who said that?
I don't know. I just saw the comment.
I'm sorry.
I just saw the comment.
You're right, though. He totally would.
He wants to. If he could do speed round the entire show, he would.
Yeah.
There's no question about it.
Yep, he totally would. Yeah.
What else are we doing today? Oh, we're going to talk about Ilhan Omar's, deleting the tweet about her dad, which is basically her saying, oh, yeah, I did marry my brother, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, she won't admit it, and she's making up all kinds of excuses about it, but it was kind of a big deal yesterday.
Well, every time somebody asks her, hey, did you marry your brother? She's like, you're Islamophobic.
Or she just racist,
or she just doesn't answer the question. She's just like doesn't, and she keeps moving, doesn't answer the question. So
she's so married.
You guys, she married her brother,
and she's guilty of all kinds of fraud.
Yeah,
and I don't understand. Somebody needs to look into this, and people need to not let it go. And who's that big muscular guy that's always looking into stuff? Is it Judicial Watch? Who's that guy? Tom Fitton?
I don't know, but I know Judicial Watch was looking into it.
Well, they need to keep at it. The guy that runs that is it's impossible for me to watch interviews with him because he always
so
wears
jacked.
He's so jacked,
and he wears tight things.
Yes, and
why
is
it that
ridiculous.
Dudes do that? The dudes who are so jacked always wear the really tight things.
T-shirts are just absolutely,
and they look like they're uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it's you just get a bigger shirt because you're making me uncomfortable.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah,
but he does great work.
Yeah,
he does great.
I really hope that they get her though. I mean, just keep on it. And that's the thing. She's constantly talking about the laws and Trump and him not following the. I'm like, seriously, you are a hag of epic proportions, and you married your brother, and you've done all sorts of bad things. So people just need to keep on it.
Yeah.
They need to keep on her.
But you know what I was thinking last night? She's going to get reelected. AOC is going to be reelected because the people in those districts are every bit as crazy as those women.
But if they find out that all this stuff is true, which we know that she married her brother, and if they find out that she's done, all this fraud stuff is true, there's no way that she can keep her seat, right?
You would think. But listen, it's Congress, and look at what they're doing now. Congress is they're out of control. They're so dysfunctional and so useless at this point.
Yeah.
Nothing surprises me. Nothing.
It's unbelievable. Yes, somebody said the Judicial Watch filed an ethics complaint against her. But
what happens?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't have the hots for Tom Fitton.
She does not want to have steaks with him.
I don't want to have steaks with him at all.
Doesn't want to have steaks with him.
It's actually... It's like a turnoff to me personally, and that's why I have trouble watching him, because I'm just like,
the big muscle
put those
thing,
away.
The big muscular thing is not like super hot.
It's very odd.
Yeah. So Ilhan, no, down with Ilhan. Okay. What else? We're talking about climate anxiety groups today on our show. Apparently, there's like
I wonder if they combine like those with the cuddle groups,
like the hug therapy.
Yeah,
and like this is what millennials are doing. Millennials,
cuddle therapy and climate.
We know there are good ones
groups
out there.
That no one can deal with real life anymore.
Yeah, what is that?
So weak.
And everybody's like, I can't adult today. I can't adult
unless I pet a puppy somewhere.
I don't like to adult.
I know. I saw an article about Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter was on some panel the other day. He looks really good.
Jimmy Carter does?
Yeah, I mean, considering how freaking old he is and how much cancer he's had.
I was going to say, he had cancer, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's like 90-something, and he looks great, but he was talking about how he hopes there is an age limit on who can run for president. And he said, if I were pushing 80, there's no way I could handle the duties. And I know what they are because I was president.
And Biden is 78.
Mm-hmm.
Biden is 78, you guys.
Yeah.
Well, he would be 78, I think, if he takes office. I think that's right.
No, I think he'll even be older than that, isn't
Is he 78 now? He's like,
yeah.
I heard the number 78 the other day, so I think it's 78. And then, and I think that Bernie is right around there.
Yeah.
And Warren is 71. So,
yeah. And he's saying
they're freaking old and white.
And Jimmy Carter's like, this would be 15 years ago for me. That if I were running at 80, that's I mean, 15 years ago, there's no way I could handle it. So he was saying, I think there needs to be like a cutoff where you're just too freaking old. And I don't know how that gets decided, because obviously one 75-year-old is very, very different from another, right? I mean, people have various levels of energy.
Carrie wants to know how old Corn Pop is.
He's dead.
Oh.
Corn Pop is dead.
Oh, my God.
I forget how and why or when he died, but he's no longer with us.
Was it a chain? or a straight razor? Could have been a straight razor.
I don't know what killed him, but he is no longer with us.
Could have been that straight razor.
Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think there should be an age max? Because, again, that's kind of hard to set, since people at the same age are very, very different from one another. But it does seem like 80, I mean...
Yeah.
Most people are not driving anymore when they're, you know what I mean? Like, they learn at that point, maybe my reaction time isn't as fast.
Like I said on the show yesterday, I mean, there's going to be a point where my grandkids say to me, and I hope I have grandkids one day, and they're going to say, listen, Mimi, it's time to take the car keys away from you because you are batshit crazy. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I fully expect that. And I'll be like, fine. It's fine. Just take the keys. I'll just ride around on... like my horse or something at that point.
Biden is he's a mess. And he's still leading at all the polls. I mean, he's still the number one dude. But every time he speaks, it's more and more clear that dude is losing it.
But I think it's because he just has such name recognition.
Yeah.
People a lot of people that aren't in the bubble and they don't pay attention a lot to the stuff. They don't watch, a lot of this garbage on TV. They just see Joe Biden and, he was the vice president when Obama was president. Mm-hmm. And it's name recognition. And they're like, I'm just going to pull the lever for him. And that's why he's doing so well.
Yeah.
But he does not need to be running for president. He doesn't. He needs to be sitting on a rocking chair drinking some iced tea. Yeah. And hanging out with his grandkids. He doesn't need to be doing this. So I don't know. And I don't know if he really wants to be doing this. I think that the Democrat Party is like, you should be doing this because you have name recognition and you're our guy. You're like our Jeb Bush. And so there are times where, listen, I don't want to, I feel kind of sorry for him sometimes because I feel like he's up there and I don't think his heart's in this, to be honest with you.
And he was so yelly. You know, at last Thursday's debate, he was just shouting from the moment he made his opening remarks. He was absolutely screaming at everybody.
He was trying to keep up with Sanders.
But I mean, this is before it even got into the question period. Like, this was in his intro, he was yelling at everybody. By the way, there was a new NBC poll that came out, you know, since the debate. And what's his face? Jumping on podiums guy. O'Rourke.
Yeah.
You know,
Robert.
He has fallen in the polls since July.
Oh, that's a shocker.
Serves him right.
Yeah.
For basically saying, hell yeah,
we're going to take your AR-15s. Yeah.
It serves him right.
Yeah.
And so,
oh yeah, by the way, people in Texas want that. Are you high?
Oh my God. Yeah, I went to this gun show and everybody was telling me they want to get rid of their AR-15s.
Yeah, that's
really
because that's why they're there, Robert.
God, that guy's such a clown.
Okay, Beavis. Good Lord.
It's ridiculous.
I swear, that guy.
Ridiculous.
What a piece of work. All right.
We did a new podcast yesterday.
That's
it's going to come out today. And we talked about men.
We talked about masculinity and toxic masculinity and why that's a big crock of crap. And where have all the men gone? We're talking about that. And how much we love men.
Yes.
Because we love men.
Real men. Not like manlets.
Yeah.
But actual men.
We do.
So we talk a lot about that.
We love the men. We celebrated men a little bit in that podcast. So.
Yeah. Make sure you're subscribed to the Mock and Daisy Common Sense Cast, and then you'll get a little notification on your phone probably the second that it hits the platforms.
Yes.
And it's on like all the platforms.
Yeah.
So you should subscribe if you haven't, and make sure to tell all your friends.
And make sure you're following us in all the other places too. I noticed our Instagram is kind of, I don't know, it's looking a little weird the past couple
weeks.
I
saw a lot of comments yesterday from people saying that they follow us on Instagram but never see our stuff.
Okay, that's really weird. So just make sure you're liking stuff. I think when you like stuff, you start seeing more stuff. I know that's
weird. Why? Hashtag engage the page.
Engage the page.
The more you comment here, the more you comment there, the more you're going to see our content.
Yeah. So so do that. And it's at Chicks on Right. Same thing with Twitter. It's at Chicks on Right. The 13th Circle of Hell. So just make sure you're following us in all the places so you see all the things.
Everybody come in.
Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in.
For that hug.
You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.